You say you're gonna drop by 7:45. Now I'm getting ready to shine. Please tell me that you don't be late tonight. I wanna make you mine, yeah. Ring, ring, I'm on the phone, yeah, I'm so glad to hear your voice. But the only reason is to telling me tonight I'm not hanging out with your boys, yeah. I can't believe any word you say, I can't believe what I hear. But I know that you wanna go now, get your ass in gear, yeah, get your ass in gear. I said don't be, I don't stick in the mud. I said don't be, I don't stick in the mud. Red light, green light, here we go. My mind can't see the light, my body's moving too slow.
Here we are, we've made it to our final destination to go and look for a alpine goat. In the background you'll see the Cardrona Valley, that's just where we've come from. We're sitting about 2,000 feet. Out to our left is the stack block, which is a dock area which is open for anyone to hunt if you get a permit. Where we are now, we're on the Highlandburn station, so this is all private land, so we're very lucky to come here. We've been informed there's a few feral goats up in these bigger bluffs up in here, so we're going to go and have a crack at one, see what we can come out with. Over the next 6 weeks I'm only going to be hunting with a bow, no rifles. It's a bit more of a challenge, a bit more adrenaline, a bit more fun. I've got a WASP camera on the front here and that's going to capture everything we see. I'm wearing camo, always wear camo when you're bow hunting. You might think these animals are colourblind, but I believe they can see a lot what's going on. So we need to blend into the country we've got. We've got a lot of open sort of tussock, manuka, matagari, and I find the Stony Creek core series sort of blends in with everything, and you'll see that as we're going. Hopefully we'll get close to these animals. I need to be within 10 to 30 metres. A lot of people hunt out to 50 metres, but yeah, that's a bit of a risk and we don't really want to take that. So for today we're going to head out to our left here. The wind's coming down this gut and hopefully we'll have a bit of a crack. Quite steep terrain, so I'll just have to take my time, keep our breathing right, because the problem is when we get to within this, the range that we can draw and shoot, you've run out of energy, so we need to calm that down and take our time. So that's what we're going to do, and head around this corner and see what we can find.
A salesman from the west coast who's far away from home.
We've just come over this brow here and I've just seen a couple of whiteheads come up through that gut there. There's a bit of matagari to the right, so I'm hoping they're going to duck in there and we'll be able to have an attempt from the bottom. The wind's coming straight down that gully there, so hopefully that wind stays the same. We've just come around this face over here and just through the saddle here, there's a mob of goats that are gone over the saddle and through this dip here, and they're coming up this face. I'm going to sneak down here and over through this saddle, see what we can find.
Over and over and over again. I made myself a promise that never it all. Now I find myself again walking Spanish down the hall. Strange faces passing by me, God, I feel so all alone. Somewhere in the city, so far away from home. Here we go.
Well, I snuck down here and tried to have a go. There's a nice big billy down, sitting in the Matagari down there, and got within about 56 yards and the wind started to turn. Could see him put his head up, and I knew that was all over then, so I didn't push it much further. He trotted up this face here, so he gets to survive another day. So I think we'll go and try over the next ridge over here. I don't know if you guys can see yet, but just over this ridge here, probably 150 yards, there's quite a big old billy goat. Looks like he's got a bit of horn rot, so it means he's got a fair bit of age. I've got a pretty good view of him here, and he's just bedded down on this rock. But the problem we got here is the wind's coming around this face here. Very open country behind me, so I still can't attempt it from the left. He's going to win me and he's just going to sneak off down that gully. There's another mob of goats down here. I'm thinking that this guy's a big old boy and he's on lookout for these females and stuff over the hill. So I think we'll have a go at him, but I'm going to have to sneak over to my right here and crawl down on my back as far as I can and then drop over the hill, come up round the left, and I'm going to have to come up through the bluff and try and hit him from that side. May not work, but we're going to give it a go. So I'm going to have my wasp camera on as we come down this face because I can't take a cameraman down there. There you go, we've come from top of the hill up where Louie is there with the camera. Had to get down this ditch on the other side down here and drag my ass all the way around, and then managed to roll up over this brow to that wee rock there and shot from there. Got got him to stand up about here, so I'd say 8-10 metres. And as you see, if you shoot properly with the bow, it's a deadly kill. He's gone 20 metres off the hill and he's over.
There's only one thing missing here. You're such a drama queen. I know your mama told you not to come, but there's one thing I want you to know. Hear me, you can't please everyone. Come on and let yourself go. Come on and let yourself go.
Well, my heart's still going. There's a bit of an adrenaline rush, but to me, this is a pretty cool old trophy. Still in good condition. Getting very old though. We can tell here by his horns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably a 9-year-old billy goat. We're gonna take him home and get some beautiful cuts out of him. Nice big rumps, nice back stakes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn him into a backpack so I can get him all the way back up this hill. The easiest way to do that is I'm just going to cut a bit of skin behind his shanks and poke his legs through his back legs. Not very easy to get on. Tuck into there. There. Bow. And we'll head for home. Well, I've made it back. Bit of a slug up that hill. This thing might look light, but there's a fair bit of weight there, and there's a bit of good eating there too, so I'm a happy man. Fill the freezer up, nice lean meat. So that's about us for the day. Probably head back home, back down this track, at least an hour drive out, back to the public roads. Next week we're targeting fallow deer, so it's going to be harder again. Quite a sneaky little animal, but we'll see if we can pull that off too. See you soon.
Yeah.